Long ago in the land of Egypt, the Israelites, descendants of Abraham, had become so numerous and strong that the Egyptian king, Pharaoh, grew fearful. He saw their growing numbers as a threat to his power and ordered cruel measures to keep them in check. He forced them into slavery, making them build cities with bricks and mortar under harsh conditions. Yet the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied. Then came a horrific decree. Every baby boy born to a Hebrew family was to be thrown into the Nile River. Amid this dark time, a brave woman from the tribe of Levi gave birth to a baby boy. She saw that he was special and hid him for 3 months. When she could no longer hide him, she wove a waterproof basket, placed the child inside, and set it among the reeds along the riverbank. His sister watched from a distance as the tiny vessel drifted gently with the current. Not long after, Pharaoh's daughter came down to bathe in the river. Spotting the basket, she sent a servant to retrieve it. When she opened it, the baby cried, and her heart was moved with compassion. "This must be one of the Hebrew children," she said. Just then, the baby's sister approached and offered, "Shall I go and find a Hebrew woman to nurse the baby for you?" Pharaoh's daughter agreed, and without revealing her identity, the girl fetched their own mother. Pharaoh's daughter said, "Take this child and nurse him for me, and I will pay you." And so Moses was raised by his birth mother for a time before being brought to Pharaoh's palace, where he was adopted as a prince of Egypt. He was named Moses, meaning drawn out, because he had been drawn out of the water. As Moses grew older, he couldn't ignore the suffering of his people. One day, he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave. In a moment of anger, Moses killed the Egyptian and buried him in the sand. But the next day, when he tried to stop 2 Hebrews from fighting, one of them sneered, "Who made you our ruler? Are you going to kill me too?" Fear gripped Moses. His secret was out. Pharaoh heard of it and sought to kill him, so Moses fled to the land of Midian. There he built a new life, marrying Zipporah and working as a shepherd for her father, Jethro. Years passed. One day, while tending his sheep near Mount Horeb, Moses saw something strange, a bush that was on fire yet not burning up. As he stepped closer to investigate, a voice called from the flames, "Moses, Moses!" He replied, "Here I am." "Take off your sandals," the voice said. "The place you are standing is holy ground. I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." Moses hid his face in awe. God told Moses he had seen the suffering of his people in Egypt and was sending Moses to lead them out into a good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey. But Moses hesitated. "Who am I to do such a thing?" he asked. God answered, "I will be with you." Still unsure, Moses asked what to say if the people questioned him. "Tell them I am has sent me to you," God said. He also gave Moses miraculous signs. His staff would turn into a snake and his hand would turn leprous and then heal. But Moses still doubted, claiming he wasn't a good speaker. So God appointed his brother Aaron to speak for him, while Moses would perform the signs. With his family, Moses returned to Egypt. He and Aaron went before Pharaoh and declared, "The Lord, the God of Israel, says, 'Let my people go.'" But Pharaoh scoffed, "Who is the Lord that I should obey him?" Instead of freeing the Israelites, Pharaoh made their labor even harder. He ordered them to gather their own straw while still meeting their daily quota of bricks. The people groaned under the weight of oppression. Then came God's response, a series of plagues that would shake Egypt to its core. First, the Nile turned to blood, killing fish and making the water undrinkable. Then came frogs, lice, flies, disease on livestock, boils, hail, locusts, and darkness so thick it could be felt. Each time Pharaoh hardened his heart. He would beg Moses to pray, but the moment relief came, he refused to let the people go. Finally, God announced one last plague, the most devastating of all. Every firstborn in Egypt would die, from Pharaoh's heir to the lowliest servant, unless the Israelites marked their doors with the blood of a spotless lamb. That night, the angel of death passed over the homes marked with blood, but struck every Egyptian household. Grief-stricken, Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in the night. "Go," he said, "take your people and leave Egypt." The Israelites gathered their belongings, their livestock, and left in haste. The Egyptians, eager to see them gone, gave them gold, silver, and clothing. After 430 years in Egypt, the descendants of Jacob were finally free. But Pharaoh changed his mind again and pursued them with his army. Trapped between Pharaoh's army and the Red Sea, the people cried out in fear. But Moses, full of faith, lifted his staff over the waters. The sea parted, creating a path of dry land. The Israelites crossed safely, but when Pharaoh's army followed, the waters crashed back and drowned them. The people of Israel stood in awe, having witnessed the power of their God. They sang songs of praise, their hearts filled with hope. Their journey to the Promised Land had only just begun, but they now knew they were not alone. God was with them, leading by cloud in the day and by fire at night. Let me know if you'd like an SEO YouTube description or a list of matching AI art prompts for this version. You said SEO YouTube description and hashtags. ChatGPT said, here's an SEO-optimized YouTube description and a list of viral hashtags for your 7-minute reworded Moses story video.